Let me have the parties identify.
Carl Meyer with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office on behalf of the department. The department's represented in the Zoom courtroom by Permanency Specialist Monica Higgins and Supervisor Jessica Bernard. Present, ready.
Katie Mason, attorney for respondent mother, present, ready.
I think I'll let Craig Johnston in. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Craig Johnson, attorney for the father, present, ready, Your Honor.
Emily Huber, attorney ad litem for the child.
Okay. Let's talk about Liberty. Where is Liberty placed, and tell me how she is doing.
Hi, Judge.
Whoever's in your office
Okay.
with you needs to.
Liberty is at the Armani House in Houston. She's doing really well there. She had the flu this last weekend, but she's doing all better from that. We have placement up in Lubbock for her. We haven't quite decided when and how she's going to be placed.
Is that on the Vidori family?
Yes, ma'am.
We have an approved home study on them.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me how Liberty is doing.
She's doing well. She did have some suicidal ideations, and placement took her to be mentally evaluated. They put her in an outpatient program. They didn't admit her because she didn't have any plans to actually follow through. They changed her medicine a little bit, and she seems to be doing much better, and she just completed the program last week. But she seems to be doing okay in school, and the incident reports from placement are getting fewer, so that's a plus.
Any sort of medical concerns?
Well, she has bipolar, and she has a lot of anxiety, and so those are currently being medicated at right now. But every time I talk to her, she seems happy.
Okay, but any sort of medical issues, physical issues?
No, ma'am.
Okay. In what grade is she in?
She is in the 6th grade. She's 12. And she's in a self-contained classroom.
Is she getting any other special services in school? Make sure she keeps on target.
We were going to schedule an ARD, but we didn't know if we needed to schedule it in Houston since we were waiting on the home study. So that will be the next thing that we take care of.
Okay, what are the considerations that we're taking into account when we're making decisions about a placement change? What are we considering there?
I think the idea was just to get her back in Region 1.
Right. I understand why we want to get her placed there, but tell me about timing and what are we waiting on?
I'm waiting for my supervisor to get back to figure that out, actually. We wanted to try to do it over spring break, but Houston's spring break was different than Lubbock's. And so placement and Liberty had some phone calls over the weekend to kind of get to know each other. And that that fixed a lot of the anxiety with her coming up here because she doesn't know placement really well. Okay. So we're waiting for that to happen as well.
Are these folks relatives?
No, they're fictive kin. Jonathan works in the same industry as Jose.
All right. I'm assuming as soon as we get placed, we're going to set up some therapy and maybe some therapy with the current placement to address some of the mental health concerns and behaviors and make sure that we have a plan going forward when those things pop up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Ms. Huber, any additional concerns regarding Liberty?
The only thing is I'm not too sure. I know Monica and I spoke about this. I think it might be a little bit unclear if she did complete her outpatient program or if she still has some more things to complete. So I think that might also be part of the issue because I certainly want her to be able to finish the program before moving. But other than that, I don't have any other concerns.
Ms. Higgins, did she complete the outpatient program?
Myself and Emily are getting conflicting information. So when I spoke to her caseworker at the Armani house, she said that she was going to complete it the Friday before their spring break. But I believe that Emily has gotten different information. And we just found out that we had conflicting information a couple hours ago.
Okay, well, I would agree with Ms. Huber. Let's make sure she finishes the program before we change the placement.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Ms. Mason?
Your Honor, I guess this is the first time I'm even hearing about any sort of outpatient. The email that I received from the St. Francis supervisor was solely that the only reason why placement couldn't immediately happen was because the child didn't really know the fictive kin, and so they were going to start that, and then the goal was to have her placed during spring break. So I wasn't even aware about any sort of outpatient or anything like that. So if I think it's important for my client, the mother, to be informed of those things so she is aware and knows what's happening in her case regarding her daughter.
For certain, let's make sure the parents are aware of all these issues going on with Liberty and make sure they're kept up to speed on the program she's doing and all of the things she's doing in placement.
Natasha and I have spoken about all of that at length, and she knew.
Right. Ms. Mason, does your client have any additional concerns regarding Liberty?
Not that I'm aware of. She is on the iPhone if she would like to bring any to the court's attention. You'll have to unmute though.
Mr. Johnson, does your client have any concerns regarding Liberty?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me about the parents' plan of service. What are we asking the parents to do in this case in order to get Liberty returned?
So for Jose, we want him to complete individual counseling with Dr. Gatlin. And we want him to complete an OSAR. So that way we have, a baseline for him. We want him to maintain contact with St. Francis, refrain from any criminal activity, adequate support, safe and appropriate housing, and appropriate supervision for the children or child.
Some domestic violence concerns involved in the case. Are we going to take that up in the therapy with Mr. Gatlin?
Yes.
And we think that's sufficient?
Well, I'm waiting to get the psychological back on mom. It was unclear which way the domestic violence was going. I don't believe that it was mutual.
Mr. Johnson, any issues with Mr. Gonzalez's plan?
No, ma'am.
I will approve the plan for Mr. Gonzalez. And Ms. Higgins, tell me about his starting services. What is he working on so far?
He hasn't been able to start services because of his cancer and cancer treatments. He got his port in and he received his first round of chemo over the weekend, but all of his authorizations are out there. Just health issues have been getting in the way.
Okay. Understandable. All right, tell me about Ms. Gonzalez's plan.
So Ms. Gonzalez, she's attending WINS group, and that was on her plan. Individual therapy with Dr. Wilbanks, and then follow any of the recommendations that she makes. She completed a psychological with Stonebridge and with Sunrise Canyon. She is waiting to complete the OSAR. She agrees to maintain a drug-free lifestyle, provide adequate support for the children, appropriate housing, and appropriate supervision. And she has been very willing to participate in these services.
Ms. Mason, any issues with the plan of service for Ms. Gonzalez?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have anything to add as far as her starting services?
No, I don't have anything additional to add. I think she's been consistently attending the WIN program. I think she's only missed one due to a medical appointment of her husband's, but other than that, she's extremely engaged and but I believe that is everything.
Okay, Ms. Higgins, what were you gonna say?
I don't remember now.
Okay, I'm assuming when we get Liberty placed closer in the Lubbock area that we're gonna set up some more in-person visits for the parents.
Yes, ma'am. And I right now they get 2 hours together a week. So I didn't know if you wanted to keep it that way when Liberty gets here, or if you want to change it.
Let's have separate visits for now, but let's
Okay.
talk to the therapists, Mr. Gatlin
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Wilbanks. Get them to assess the severity of the domestic violence.
Okay.
And get them to give us a recommendation on whether or not visitation together would be appropriate or not.
Okay.
And if the therapists are on board with the parents visiting together, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. So is that 2 hours each separately? So 4 hours total?
Yes,
Thank you.
at least until we have that first therapy session and we'll get that recommendation.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Ms. Mason, Mr. Johnson?
No, ma'am.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna set this for an initial permanency hearing July the 15th at 2. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Carl Meyer with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office on behalf of the department. The department's represented in the virtual courtroom by Permanency Specialist Margie Lopez and Supervisor Jessica Bernard. Present and ready.
Katie Mason, attorney for respondent mother, who's also in the courtroom. We're ready to proceed.
Bill Wells, attorney ad litem.
Jared Miller, attorney for respondent father.
Okay, I think the respondent father was Cameron McDade. Is that right, Mr. Meyer?
No, I am.
Formerly, yes, Judge. Now, I believe Atrell Travis, Judge.
Say again?
I believe currently respondent father is Atrell Travis. Is that not correct?
Yes, that's right.
I think there was a paternity test that excluded Mr. McDade.
Yeah, I recall signing
Yes.
an order dismissing Mr. McDade in the case, but my records don't indicate that the department added anybody else in. So tell me who this is and tell me how to spell that name.
This is Mr. McDade. I think he was.
I know, brought the wrong fella. Understand, Mr. Meyer, tell me who the alleged father is and how to spell that name.
Attrell Travis, Travis.
Okay, do we have Mr. Travis served?
Personally on February 19th.
Okay. Mr. Miller, you're free to go. I know your situation, so I'm gonna appoint somebody else to represent Mr. Travis at this point. Do we have Mr. Travis present? Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
you bet. Okay, tell me about Draco. Where is Draco?
Also, the foster parent is currently on, and I think she wanted to provide an update.
Okay, Ms. Lopez, tell me where Draco is placed and tell me how he's doing.
Draco is currently placed here in Lubbock in a foster home with the Brown family. He is doing really well. He's thriving. He's growing. He is still in the 1 percentile for his age. He's chewing on everything. He is able to roll from his tummy to his back and sit with assistance. He did have a medical appointment on 2/18 and is due back. He was actually due back today, but they had to reschedule due to them being out of town. So he is needing his 6-month shots, even though he is now 7 months. He's a little bit behind, so they're working on getting him caught up. He also had a dental appointment, and they do have concerns that he is tongue-tied. So at his next appointment, when he is 1, he will be seeing a specialist.
Okay. All right. Ms. Sharissa, do you have anything to add to that update?
I mean, everything she said was a really good update for him. We have him over spring break with us, and he's actually conquered the sitting down thing by himself. So, he's getting really strong. And then he is trying to crawl. He can roll over from front to back to front. So he's making some big milestones. He's getting strong.
All right, very good. Mr. Wells, any concerns regarding Draco?
No concerns, Your Honor.
Ms. Terrell, do you have any concerns regarding Draco?
Everything in Draco's dad, Draco is actually premature, but I didn't know who to let know that he's probably like a month premature.
Right. Okay, but do you have any concerns about how he's doing right now?
No, ma'am. I just want to see if they could possibly get him checked to see what premature effects he have on him, like what could be like if he has any type of disability from the prematurity. Is that like how to
Just, I mean, are there additional medical tests?
Just like run tests to see if him being premature affected him, like in what ways and stuff like that. I don't know how to like word it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ms. Terrell, it sounds like from the reports that he's progressing on target.
Our plan is to get him evaluated by ECI when we take him in for his 6-month shots, as far as like his bones and stuff like that, because there is concern towards some PT to build that leg strength back after the broken femur.
Great. Okay, Ms. Lopez, tell me the status of the home study on Miss Williams, the maternal aunt.
So the home study was actually approved today, and I have been in contact with Miss Williams to discuss, her getting a car seat and things like that. And then if everyone is in agreement, we would like to place Draco in her home on March 31st. She will be needing daycare as well as a car seat, so we're going to work with her on that. And then she did indicate that Mr. Billy Terrell, which is maternal grandfather, would be willing to be placement as well, should Draco need long-term placement.
She's not willing to be long-term placement?
She is, but Billy Terrell, who's Lyric's father, is also wanting to be placement. So he would like to be considered as well, should parents not be able to be reunified.
Your
Okay.
Honor. Sorry, Judge.
Ms. Williams is willing to be a long-term placement.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
And my client would prefer for Miss Williams to be placement. She does not want her child placed with Billy.
Okay. Well, as long as we have a stable placement, willing to be a long-term placement, and we have an approved home study, I'm not going to order any other home studies unless the parents request one. Okay. Very good. Anything else regarding Draco? All right. Tell me about Ms. Terrell's plan of service. What are we asking her to do in this case?
So we would ask her to complete an assessment to identify any further needs, services that she might need. We would also like drug screens. We would also like for her to see a therapist, as well as OSAR assessment and parenting classes.
Ms. Mason, any issues with that plan?
Your Honor, I would object to the drug testing provisions in the OSAR, as the reasons that the child was removed were due to some injuries. The investigator never requested any sort of drug testing from my client. There was nothing in regards to any sort of investigation or, from what I can tell from the affidavit, that stated that that there are any concerns of mom using drugs. So I don't believe that those requests are narrowly tailored to the reasons that brought Draco into the care of the department.
Okay, we'll take drug testing off the plan, but certainly if the department gets any evidence whatsoever that Ms. Terrell might be using drugs, then we'll add it back to the plan. I'll give the department plenty of leeway to ask for a random drug test if they get any evidence at all that Ms. Terrell is using. Okay, what are we asking Mr. Travis to do? I'm assuming we'll ask him to establish paternity with paternity testing. And then what if he's dad? What are we asking him to do?
Yeah, so establish paternity, and then demonstrate appropriate parenting skills through parenting classes, as well as he will need to take advantage of any other classes that are offered in the Randall County Jail. He is currently incarcerated and does not have a trial date or anything, but Draco has taken his portion of the paternity test. I do not have a status on Mr. Travis's paternity test yet.
Okay, I will approve the plan of service for Mr. Travis as well. All right, anything else?
I'm sure Margie probably has already done it, but if not, I would just request that parenting packets be sent to my client.
For sure. Parenting packets, any other sort of helpful packets that both parents can do while incarcerated, let's get those sent to them.
Absolutely.
And Judge, I think that Mr. Travis was identified in an amended petition on February 12th.
Okay, thank you. All right, I will set this for an initial permanency hearing July the 15th at 2.
Leah Ann Kidd with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office representing the department. With me today are worker Vanessa Gatson and Supervisor Sarah Bustamante. We're present and ready.
Katie Mason, attorney for respondent mother, present and ready.
Matt Morrow, attorney for respondent father, present and ready.
Eleanor Robinson, attorney for the children, present and ready.
Okay, do we have parents present?
I'm working on getting a hold of my client.
Okay, this is our first compliance review hearing. Tell me how the parents are doing in services so far.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hold on, let me mute some people. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so for mom, I've been able to meet with her. She has her first counseling session with Dr. Wilbanks actually tomorrow at 3:00. And we do have her mental health assessment scheduled for March the 27th at 2 p.m. And all of that information was emailed to the email that we have on file that we've been communicating with mom through.
I'm trying to let them.
And I was just able to obtain some drug testing from mom, and there are some concerns with ongoing drug usage. And for dad, his intake with his counseling for Mr. Gatlin is pending. I know that I just received a message from a worker in another office stating that dad was just arrested for some warrants. So he may not be online, and I'm unaware of what the history is with that because I was just informed.
Okay. My notes from our first hearing indicated that the mother was going to go to Grace Manor. Did that happen?
When I met with mom last about a week ago, she reported that she was going to begin that week. So I'm not sure if she's begin her classes through Grace Manor. as of yet or not.
Your Honor, she is on the wait list for the outpatient program through Grace Manor currently.
For Grace Manor, for the intensive outpatient, there's not a wait list. There isn't. Oh, there isn't. Okay.
Okay, yes, and I do have the name of the person that mom spoke to, and she said she provided it to the worker and gave her contact information as well to confirm that.
Our TFF folks, have the parents gotten started in your part of the program?
They have gotten a slow start. They've both missed a couple of sessions thus far, but they've started the program. They've started doing some of their intake paperwork.
Mr. Morrow, do you have anything on behalf of your client?
Oh, Judge, and I did not know about this arrest until until they just announced that. So.
Ms. Robinson, any concerns regarding the children?
These children are super energetic. They like to tease each other. They have a good time. I think that they're doing good, okay at home with their mom mostly.
Okay. I am concerned about the parents' start in services. Very, very serious concerns in this case, and we've got children home with mom and a dad who obviously has some concerns, perhaps. I think if we don't hit the ground running in the next 2 weeks, Ms. Kidd, I want some different paperwork.
Yes, Judge.
I want to remove these children if the parents are not going to take these services seriously.
Yes, Judge.
I'll set another review hearing April the 29th at 2. Unless I get paperwork that tells me that we're going to remove the children before that.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, we'll be adjourned. Thank y'all.
Is it too windy outside? I'm outside. Is it too windy?
No, you're fine, ma'am.
Okay.
Tell me your name.
Megan Rodriguez.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
If you'll hang on just a bit, we've got quite a few set ones. So let me have the parties identified.
Leah Ann Kidd with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office representing the department. With me today are worker Abigail and Supervisor Sarah Bustamante.
Katie Mason, attorney for respondent mother Megan Rodriguez, who's also present. We're ready.
Matt Morrow, attorney for the respondent father, present ready, Your Honor.
Eleanor Robinson, attorney ad litem for the children, present and ready, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me how the parents are doing in services this month.
Okay. Megan has attended one session with Dr. Wilbanks. I am showing that she did miss on 4/2. So she did a session on 3/26. She has completed her mental health through Stonebridge, and we're still waiting on that report. She is working with St. Francis for her parenting. As far as her drug results, as far as anything new, she did test in the month of April and she was negative. I asked her to go on Wednesday and she went today to take that drug test. And as far as dad goes, he's been attending his sessions. He was negative on his drug test. He is completing his family-centered treatment through the St. Francis program, the Texas Family First program, and he's been cooperating as well.
Okay, our family-centered treatment folks, how are they doing in your part of the program?
They're doing well. They've gotten into the swing of making sessions, trying to incorporate that into their schedule. They've both been pretty good about that lately. They've on their second phase right now, so they're starting to work on some behavioral changes instead of just the initial documentation.
Mr. Alonso, tell me what you're learning in your services.
We're learning a lot about myself and, just a lot with dealing with the kids and, handling things a lot differently. And it's really good. It's really helped me a lot be able to have, Hannah's been a help, actually opening up to somebody and having that opportunity to talk to somebody. So, I mean, it's a great thing. I really like it and enjoy talking with her.
Okay. Ms. Rodriguez, are you there? Ms. Murray, anything to add on behalf of Ms. Rodriguez? I'm sorry, Ms. Mason, anything to add on behalf of Ms. Rodriguez?
Just a couple of things, Your Honor, and I thought she was here. I don't see her now, but there was a change in the caseworker. My client has had some issues with her phone, and so okay, there you are. Okay.
Here I am.
Okay. And so so my client wasn't sure who the caseworker was, and so she actually took it upon herself to go up to the St. Francis office and figure out who's the caseworker, what's going on. And it was when she went up to find out who the new caseworker was that she was asked to go to a drug test, but she's in the process of getting a job, and so she had some job interviews on that day, but she did submit. I didn't get the April results, so if the caseworker could send that to me, I would appreciate it. She is ongoing with Tommy with Grace Manor. She sees him on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Her last session, I think, and this could be, Megan, if you need to update it, but I think the last time she saw him was on the 23rd. She has completed, I think, at least 12 classes or is close to finishing all of her parenting classes at this point in time. She, because of her phone issue, she missed. I think that's the reason she had missed with Dr. Wilbanks, but I think she had told me that she has one scheduled with Dr. Wilbanks to make that up. She's been seeing Hannah regularly from what I have seen in the reports. I think she had missed one because one of her children was sick. But other than that, I mean, she's completely participating in all of the services that have been requested of her. The only thing is that she's required to be supervised, and she lives in the home with her mother and father. For whatever reason, her father wasn't approved to monitor, but there are some issues with some of the other people that have been approved. Her mom works, so she can't be there all the time. And so I had requested from St. Francis to approve her father, and they told me that they would staff it, but I haven't received any sort of update from that. So in the previous case, there were no concerns with him. And so I think it would be beneficial to everyone, including the children who have been around their grandfather this entire time, if he could also be approved as a backup caregiver as well.
I believe we have great grandma as a backup caregiver.
He had some medical issues that I think she was going in for surgery, and so that's why I was asking for an additional person, and that way the other person that was approved was Megan's sister, and she works as well.
Yes. So whenever Vanessa had spoke to grandma and I believe great grandma, they said there was nothing scheduled as far as the medical procedures. No. And then yesterday when Abby went out to meet the family and talk to grandpa, he said he was nobody and didn't want to talk to her. So
I wasn't there to I was in my room and I could have heard my dad say that. So I'm pretty sure I don't know what happened. But my grandma is gonna
Hold on. Everybody's talking over everybody and I can't hear anybody. So Ms. Kidd, have your folks check out the grandfather, see if he's an appropriate backup caregiver. If so, let's have that option available.
And Judge, may I talk?
Yes, ma'am.
We had an appointment scheduled, but the dad decided to get the kids out early from school without even notifying me. And
ma'am, if that's what you're going to talk about, those things we need to have a contested hearing setting. If there's something that we need to have contested, we can do that, Miss Mason.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor. Megan, as far as your services though, was there anything that I didn't add?
No, ma'am, we just got everything completed. Just I really wanted to reschedule, but Vanessa, she was out, and then Abby had, so I just really want to reschedule that appointment for them to come see how my dad is.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? Ms. Robinson, do you have any concerns?
I do think that there may need to be an extra backup until we get some more clean drug tests from mom, but the kids I think are doing well in their situation.
Okay. All right, very good. Anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. May I speak?
Sorry,
No.
Justice, I was.
No,
Go ahead.
we covered everything that we need to cover in this hearing, so I'm gonna set another hearing May 20th at 2. Sounds
Okay.
like there's some definite problems between these two parents though, and if we need to be doing something different in this case besides a participation in services case, let's do it. But the next review hearing will be May 20th at 2. We need to add some co-parenting to the list of services so that these parents can learn how to work better together. That might be a good idea, because what I'm hearing is not good from either one of them. Yes, Dad. Anything else? Okay, we'll be adjourned.
Thank you.
Silva, the parties identified.
Leah Ann Kidd with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office representing the department. With me today are worker Vanessa Gatson and supervisor Melissa Speed. We're present and ready.
What are you doing? Haley Long standing in for Katie Mason, attorney for Megan Rodriguez. I'm present. I'm not sure if Miss Rodriguez is present.
Miss Rodriguez is present in the Zoom user box.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Miss Rodriguez, I'm gonna have you on mute for until it's time for you to talk, just so we don't have people talking over each other, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Okay. Actually, we're waiting on Mr. Morrow on this one.
Your Honor,
I am
Mr.
present, Judge.
Morrow's not going to be present today. He said he had another court meeting to get to.
Okay.
I am present, Judge.
Okay, tell me how these parents are doing in services this month.
I also wanted to really quick, Abby is the worker that's going to be on this case.
Okay. As Dad is doing well, he's attended 3 sessions of counseling with Mr. Gatlin. He is working with Hannah with St. Francis with the TFF program, and he's been meeting all of those. Any missed sessions they've been able to make up. As far as Mom goes, she is at a point now where she's doing well. As far as the report goes, she had 3 counseling sessions. She has only made it to 1. She has been attending Grace Manor for the outpatient treatment. Tommy reports that when she is there, she's cooperating. She does miss some sessions, but she does at least go on a weekly basis and has been going on a weekly basis. Same as far as working with St. Francis. She also started working with the Nurturing Center for Parenting, and she's been doing classes with them on top of working with the TFF program. Drug testing, the most recent, I had asked her to go in May 8th. She did not go. She missed the deadline there to go. So I asked her to go on May 14th. At that point, I found out that Mom did admit herself to UMC for alcohol withdrawals. And I will say that I'm very proud of her. She went through that. She was discharged Sunday. And the plan is for her to go tomorrow morning to a rehab center, and her mom will be providing the transportation for her there.
Okay, Mr. Alonso, are you there in that box?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm here with Hannah.
Okay, Hannah, tell me how he's doing in the family center treatment part.
He's been doing well. As she said, they've attended all sessions. They're in phase 2 already, so anything that has been missed, they've made up. And Dad's been able to work on some opening up some kind of talking about the communication with Mom, and she's worked on that as well.
Mr. Alonso, tell me what you're learning in the family center treatment and your therapy and all of that. Tell me what you're
We've
getting
been working a lot on communicating and co-parenting with Megan. It's really helped a lot with us together. Me and Megan have gotten a lot better on communicating and co-parenting together. You know, I'm very proud she's taking this next step, you know, to doing what she has to for the kids. And it shows a big thing. And I'm just going to be here to support her the whole way. And I let her know as well that I'm here supporting her through whatever she has to get done. and I'm gonna be there for the kids and help with the kids and take care of the kids while she's gone.
Ms. Long, anything on behalf of your client?
Just that we're proud of our client for recognizing that she did state that she wants a more intensive kind of treatment, and that is why she is choosing to go to an inpatient facility to get the help that she needs.
Ms. Rodriguez, do you have anything to add?
Yes, Judge. So I know I've been trying to do better, but I think I need the extra help. And my children right here mean the world to me. And I just want to get extra help, extra counseling. I couldn't do it on my own, Judge, and I'm ready to go to Austin. I'm gonna go to Austin, Texas, to go to rehab for 30 days. They're gonna help me with counseling, mental health. I know I did my mental health evaluation for uh so I forgot what it's called. Sorry, I have memory loss. I don't, it's hard for me to remember, but I don't, they didn't give me what was wrong with me, but I know in my heart I'm dealing with it now that I'm sober. I've been dealing with anxiety, depression. So that's why I'm gonna go admit myself. And I did it myself to go to UMC, did detox for 6 days a week. Abby was there with me, and I'm grateful for Abby because she helped me with looking for rehab. And finally I'm going to Austin tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. and I'm going to be gone for 30 days. And I just want my children to be in good health. This is my grandmother. I want them, if they get sick, I want them to take care of my children while I'm gone. And I'm not going to have a phone there, and it's time, Judge. And I can admit myself that.
Okay, in the meantime, and I can't remember, Miss Speed, who you told me the worker was, but tell me what the plan is for the children and where they're gonna be while mom is in rehab.
So right now they're working that out between maternal grandmother and dad. So they're going to be working out as far as their schedule, how their schedule goes, how they're going to daycare. My understanding is they're really just going to be both sharing in that responsibility.
But Judge, we will be staffing this case after court, and we will be getting some more direction on where the children will be and what is going on, and if there's any caregiver agreements that need to be signed.
Okay.
Honor.
All right.
Your Honor. This is Dad. So I was talking to Abby about it. I do want the kids to come and live with me while Megan is gone. And I'm not trying to take them away from Megan. It's just, I live by myself. The kids have their own rooms. They have everything they need with me. And they are very comfortable with me. And I would like them to be placed with me as with their dad. I am their parent. They do got good support with grandmas over there and great grandma. But I would like them to be placed with me because I feel like they need to be with one of their parents.
Okay. It sounds like the parties need to visit with attorneys and need to develop a plan. I'm going to set this for another review hearing, June the 17th at 2.
And Judge, we will be staffing this case, so if something else happens, we will be sure that the court knows.
Okay. Let me have the parties identified. June 17th at 2.
Leanne Kidd with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office representing the department. With me today are Nalin, I can't even begin, and Supervisor Sarah Bustamante. We're present and ready.
Katie Mason, attorney for respondent mother Krishana's Finch, who's also present in the virtual courtroom.
Bill Wells, attorney ad litem.
Okay, tell me how Ms. Finch is doing in services this month.
Krishana has been doing really well. Her drug screens have come back negative, and Lene has been attending school regularly, has no more missed dates of school. And As for the speech services we were inquiring into, the school has come back and stated that they do not see a need for such services at this time. We would like to ask to dismiss the court-ordered services.
Okay. Mr. Wells, any concerns regarding Lene?
No, Your Honor, I have no concerns.
Ms. Finch, you were able to do some substance abuse classes as part of your services, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what you learned about drug use and parenting. How do those two mix?
It was a struggle, but I got a hang on to it. Like the services, like I mainly learned like how substances uses and what type of substance there is, stuff like that. So I learned a lot really from it.
Tell me what you're going to do to make sure that you never turn back to drugs.
I'm not gonna be around nobody that does any type of drugs or anything. I'm gonna stay away and just keep living my life like I am.
Mr. Wells, do you have any concerns regarding Lene, did you say?
No, Your Honor, I don't have any concerns.
Ms. Mason, what is your client's position on the department's request to dismiss today?
Your Honor, she's in agreement with the department's request for dismissal.
Mr. Wells?
I agree.
Okay, Ms. Kidd, your client's the one who stated it, but I'm assuming that you are asking the court for a dismissal?
Yes, Judge, and we'll have that paperwork in your queue within the next 30 minutes.
Okay, based on the parties' agreement, I will dismiss the case as to Ms. Finch and the Finch family. Great job, Ms. Finch.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be adjourned. So let me have the parties identified.
Leah Ann Kidd with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office representing the department. With me today are Ashley Stuckey and Supervisor Sarah Bustamante. We're present and ready.
Lindsay Murray on behalf of the mother, we are present and ready.
Emily Huber, attorney for the child, present and ready.
Okay, tell me how Ms. Silva is doing in services this month.
DNF's been doing really well at getting started in all of her services. She completed her first 2 parenting classes through Family Guidance Outreach and has a schedule of many more in the next 2 months that are pertinent to her so that she can continue getting those classes. She's been able to easily verbalize what she's learning in the classes and how it pertains to Mateo and his safety. She did reach out to Richard Gatlin to get started on individual counseling. There was a slow start there just because Mr. Gatlin was on vacation for a few days last week, but I have been in contact with him and they are working to get an actual date scheduled. Overall, she's been doing really well. We lifted her supervision on March 7th due to her completion of the parenting classes. She did willingly submit to a drug test for the department and was positive for very, very low level marijuana, but reports that she last used while she was in New Mexico with some friends. And we were able to confirm with the maternal grandmother that the child was with her at the time, and that there's not been any concerns of DNF using any kind of substance while she's being a caregiver to Mateo.
Is the grandmother still living with the mother?
Yes, she is still living with the mother. She will occasionally go back to her home and take care of the things that she needs to, but she's there at night when DNF's home with Mateo.
Okay. All right, Ms. Silva, can you tell me what you're learning so far?
So I took 2 classes so far. I took a nutrition class. I learned that I have to feed them like foods that are rich in iron and zinc, and to not force the baby to just eat whenever, just like not force them to eat, and only feed them for rewarding them. To make sure I feed him when I have time to bond with him, just stuff like that. And always trust baby's instincts in food. And on the single parenting class that I took was just like budgeting money and maintaining my money, my finances and all that. and prioritize like a good routine, but stuff like that.
Okay. Ms. Murray, do you have anything to add on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Huber, do you have any concerns regarding Mateo?
No, Your Honor, she seems to be seeing all his needs and making sure he's making it to medical appointments and all that stuff. So I have no concerns at this time.
Okay, very good. I will find that Ms. Silva is fully participating in her services as required by the order. I'm going to set another review hearing for you April 29th at 2. But good job.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be adjourned. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Leah Ann Kidd with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office representing the department. With me today are Permanency Specialist Sylvia Torres and Supervisor Karanda Slay. We're present and ready.
Johnson, attorney
Jared
for
Miller, attorney. Oh,
Go ahead,
go
Jared.
ahead.
Craig Johnson, attorney for the father. I am present. I wasn't sure if I was still appointed for him after the final hearing, but I'm present and ready.
Jared Miller, attorney for the mother, Kayla Escobedo.
Katie Mason, attorney for respondent father Cecilio Flores, present ready.
Bill Wells, attorney ad litem, present and ready.
Mr.
I
Johnson?
guess you called. I'm sorry, you called. I was on the different case. I'm present and ready on Escobedo Flores, Judge.
Okay, I was confused about whether or not we had a final hearing and I just missed it. Okay. All right, we're on the same page now. Okay, we recently had a placement hearings in this case, so I think I'm pretty up to speed on placement and how the parents are doing, but let's go over all of this again. Tell me about the children, where they placed and how they're doing.
Yes, Your Honor. So Annalicia is placed with her father, Jason Lopez, in the Dallas area. We placed Aaliyah with the Strong family on I believe it was last Wednesday on the 19th. She's doing very well. We have transitioned her ECI services to the Strong family. She is still attending the same daycare, just to keep her in that routine. Overall, she's doing very well. We have also continued the visits between Aaliyah and the Flores family, which those are as unsupervised as you ordered, and they are still on the same day and time as before. Overall, she's doing well. Miss Strong and Mr. Strong are willing and able to help ensure that her safety is being met. They are on board with all her medical. They have also kept in communication with her previous placement foster parent who is helping them along the way with this whole transition. But overall, she's doing well. Annalicia is current on her medical and dental. She actually has a younger sibling now on dad's side. So she's having that sibling interaction over there. And we have also provided contact information to the Strongs to keep the communication or to keep that contact with Annalicia and Aaliyah.
Okay, very good. Mr. Wells, any concerns with the children or the placements or the visits or anything going on with the kids?
No, I think everything's going pretty good. I have no concerns, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Escobedo, in the courtroom, do you have any concerns regarding the children?
No.
Mr. Flores, do you have any concerns regarding your children?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Mr. Johnson, any concerns on behalf of your client regarding his child?
No, ma'am.
Okay, tell me how the parents are doing in services.
As far as services, the only things that I am able to provide to parents is the parent packets. Ms. Escobedo has provided parenting packets back to me completed. I have not received any packets back from Mr. Flores due to their incarceration. They're only, there's only so much services that they're able to complete there. So we will continue to provide those parenting packets to them.
Okay, Ms. Mason, anything to add on behalf of Mr. Flores?
When I've talked to Mr. Flores, he has indicated to me that he has completed some of the parenting packets, and so I'm working on getting those from him to provide to the caseworker. And then I would just request that as part of the ruling, it was that the placements could facilitate additional visits between the Strong family and the Flores family. And so I just want to make sure that the caseworker has provided each of those contact information so they can facilitate those additional visits with the Leah and the Flores family.
Did we do that? Do the placements have each other's contact information, or the placement?
So as far as yes, so they're able to communicate with each other. They actually do the drop off and pick up amongst themselves. So yes.
Good. Okay, Mr. Miller, anything on behalf of your client regarding services?
Not services, but there was an issue that came up with the last visit. Whenever we had the placement hearing, we had talked about that there was smoking in the Flores home, but that it would never be around the child and outside. Whenever, after their first visit last week, when the Strongs got Aaliyah back, all of her extra bag and all her things stunk like cigarettes. The child smelled like cigarettes plus Febreze or perfume, and had little irritation bumps on her neck where it seems like something got sprayed on her. So I don't know if perhaps it would be a good idea to have the department help a little bit with the drop-off so we can just make sure nothing happens. But I know that the previous placement also came over to drop off more items right after she came home, and she noticed the same thing.
Okay, let's go back to the department facilitating the exchanges, and let's have a conversation with the Flores family about this problem. And we'll see where we can, hopefully we can get back to a point where we're doing the placements, exchanging the child again for visits. But we were pretty explicit about that during the placement hearing, that any smoking was going to have to be done outside and away from the baby. So it's very concerning to the court if that is not being followed. So let's have a visit with the Flores family about that. And if it's a rule that they can't follow, then we'll have to go to supervised visitation. So we don't want any of that, but we'll certainly go in that direction if they can't follow the rules.
Judge, the department will have that done by the end of the week, the discussion with the Flores. And we will also start facilitating the pickup and drop off as well.
Hopefully the Flores family can start taking that seriously, and we can get back to the two placements doing the exchanges at some point. But right now, I think it's important the department step in.
Yes,
okay. Is Mr. Lopez, he's not required to do any services or anything like that. He's a non-offending parent. Is that right?
Well, he was asked to do some parenting classes, and they're interfering with his work. So the department has provided him online link to get those done, and he seems willing to do those. So I think it's just trying to work those into his schedule.
Okay, I understand. Mr. Johnson, anything on behalf of your client regarding those parenting classes?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I think Mr. Miller, maybe if you and Mr. Johnson can get together and see if we can work out an agreed order on that child. Maybe not, don't know.
Okay.
But at least maybe we can get one of the cases taken care of fairly quickly. If not, we'll proceed further with the whole case intact. But we will have another permanency hearing and a final hearing July the 3rd at 9. And maybe a settlement conference with everybody might. I think we have the placement issue settled, and maybe a quick settlement conference, and y'all let me know if I can move up the final hearing. If not, we'll proceed July 3rd.
Understood, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, anything else?
No.
Okay, we'll be adjourned. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Let me have the parties identify.
Leah Ann Kidd with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office representing the department. With me today are Permanency Specialist Margaret Allen and Supervisor Karanda Slay. We are present and ready, Judge.
Leanne Fowles, attorney for the mother, Anna Jaramillo. I believe she's on Zoom with us. We're present ready.
Emily Huber, attorney and guardian ad litem for the child. I'm present and ready. And Stephanie, who is the placement, is also here today.
Okay, and tell me about Carlos, placed with Stephanie Jaramillo. Tell me how we're doing now.
Overall, Carlos is doing very well. He's 7 months. He is a very happy baby. I hardly ever don't see a smile on his face. He enjoys laughing. Overall, he's on target developmentally. He is receiving some services through ECI for some physical and occupational therapy to help with just some muscle strength and everything. He is sitting up. He's eating well. He enjoys different types of foods. He likes beans and rice, seems to be his favorite. He is sleeping usually most of the time through the night. He is healthy. He's had his first dental exam and there were no concerns. He's current on his immunizations, and overall, he's just a happy baby.
Very good. Anna Jaramillo, do you have any concerns regarding your baby?
No, ma'am.
Stephanie Jaramillo, do you have anything to add to that report?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, we have Carlos Suazo pled in as an alleged father in this case. Ms. Fouts, do you perceive a conflict if I appoint you to represent him? He is served by publication.
I don't think so. I don't think anybody can find him, but I don't see a conflict.
Okay, I will appoint you to represent him in this matter. Okay, tell me about the mother's progress and services at this point.
Ms. Ramillo is doing well. She has, she's maintaining stable employment. She's maintaining housing. She has completed her parenting classes. She has completed her psychological. She is participating in therapy with Holly Waddell, and she has been recommended to complete Dr. Gatlin's relapse prevention program group, which I believe she has started or she's about to start. She has her last hair strand and UA that she received earlier this month were both negative. Overall, she's doing very well. After some discussions with her therapist, we've discussed about starting more supervised visitation, and as she gets farther, like halfway into the relapse prevention program, start that unsupervised. And so by the time we get released from that relapse prevention program and we have a good plan in place, so for the relapse prevention, then we can start working towards reunification.
Awesome. All of that sounds very positive. Ms. Fouts, anything to add on behalf of your client?
No, I think she's doing awesome. We're ready to start doing more visitation.
Very good. Okay, and Ms. Allen, you don't have any contact with Mr. Suazo?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
Okay. Very good. I'm going to set another permanency hearing and a final hearing, July the 3rd at 9. But certainly, Ms. Fouts, if we're getting close to that date and we haven't reunified and you think that that's warranted, then let me know if we need a placement hearing.
Will do. Thank you, Judge.
All right,
good job, Anna.
Great
Thank
job.
you.
Keep it
Thank
up.
you. Yes, ma'am.
All right, July the 3rd at 9. Thank y'all. We'll be adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me have the parties identified.
Leah Ann Kidd with the Lubbock County District Attorney's Office representing the department. With me today are Permanency Specialist Margie Lopez and Supervisor Karanda Slay. We're present and ready.
Anna Clift Williams, I represent the respondent mother, Delia Tarasus, who is not on my screen unless that, oh, there she is under iPhone. She's present, Your Honor.
Johnson, attorney for Jesus Gonzalez, present, Your Honor.
Sarah Hudman, attorney and guardian ad litem for the children, present and ready.
Okay, the report indicates that the children are with the grandmother in New Mexico and she is now licensed. Is that right?
That is correct. She has been licensed.
Okay, how are the kids doing there?
They are doing really well, and Miss Tarasus is actually on as well.
I see that.
But they're both doing really well. Lali, she enjoys reading. She's learning lots of different words. She has learned her colors, her shapes, and just enjoys playing outside with her sister and with her grandma and her cousin. She was diagnosed with ADHD, and so she is taking Ritalin. She's also in counseling, and she is on, it's kind of like a play therapy in New Mexico. And then she is on a list for individual therapy with Rise Up counseling, but they're so just behind that she's still on that list. And then Xiomara is also doing amazing. She's running, she's talking, saying lots of different words. She eats everything. Very happy little girl. They're both always dressed very cute. Their hair is always done. They're sleeping really well. And yes, that's how they're doing.
Okay, so it didn't sound like we have any sort of medical concerns with either one of them, just the ADHD.
That's correct. And a few months ago, Lali had some concerns due to her legs kind of bowing in, but she saw a specialist for that, and they think that she's just going to outgrow it.
Okay, good. Ms. Hudman, any additional concerns regarding the children?
No, Judge, I do not.
Ms. Cliff Williams, any concerns on behalf of your client?
Not that I know of, but I will ask Delia to answer that question.
What was it?
Do you have any concerns regarding the children, ma'am?
No, not right now.
Okay. Mr. Adon, do you have any concerns regarding the children?
He is Spanish speaking.
Yeah, it looks like maybe you have somebody with him.
Habla, que te están hablando a ti, que si tienes algún pregunta o si algo que te preocupe de lo de la niña o algo.
Pues sí me preocupa la niña que le haya pasado, lo que le haya pasado, ¿verdad?
Whoever is with him, can you tell me what he said?
He said that he's worried about what happened to her and just concerned because he talks to her here and there, but he is having problems with communication too about his case. He don't knows everything about his case, what happened to her, and none of that.
Okay.
I mean, they haven't kept up with him, what's going on her case.
Okay. Mr. Johnston?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe I could send you to a breakout room with them and see if there's a way we can set up an interpreter to meet with y'all, or figure out a way that you guys can communicate with each other.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay, I'll send y'all to a breakout room after the hearing is over, and Mr. Johnston, let me know if I need to set up any interpreter services or what I need to do to make sure y'all can communicate with each other.
Yes, ma'am. And I apologize. My video is not working on my computer for some reason.
That's okay. Okay, Mr. Adon, you have an attorney, Mr. Johnston, in this case. He's going to visit with you here in just a bit and see if y'all can get caught up and you can get up to speed on everything happening in the case. And if there's a way I can make it better for you as far as communication. Okay, tell me about Ms. Tarasus's progress and services.
Well, she is doing well. She is maintaining contact. She has housing, although I have not received like verification of her housing. I haven't received a lease or any bills. She has not provided any legal employment documentation. She did say she was going to send it to me earlier today, but I have not received it. And then she has she's not involved in any criminal activity. She's completed her psychological evaluation. She did complete therapy with Miss Bonnie Hernandez. She completed her mental health assessment. She is taking drug screens. Her last hair follicle was in November 2024. So I am working with Austin to try and get a new hair follicle for her. They've been sending her in 2-3 times a month, but without a hair follicle. So that is something that we do need. And then her NAAA classes, she has not provided any documentation of that. And she is attending her visits with the girls.
Ms. Cliff Williams?
I have nothing to add unless my client does. Delia?
I did provide my my proof of employment and my lease. I did provide it with my courtesy worker here in Austin, but I guess they're not sending it to Margie. So Margie did ask me in the morning to send it to her, but I haven't had a chance to send it, but I will send it to her after this hearing if I can. And then also for the drug test, I have not went for a drug test this month, the month of March, for my case here in Austin, because I did get my son taken away. But I did get him back, so I'm in a monitored return right now, but they're looking at closing the case. So I have court next month for my case to be closed for my son.
So, Your Honor, I think there's miscommunication between the department. Obviously, she's completing all of her services there in Austin and providing the documents there. She has a case with her youngest son and is in a monitored return and is obviously doing what she needs to do, or she wouldn't have her son back. But, you know, obviously, Austin's not sending the information to Miss Lopez or something like that. I just don't know.
Because my courtesy worker here and that Margie had put for me for Austin for my case in Lubbock, she does come to my house and she does take pictures of my house and all the stuff that I do have for the girls and for my son. Like they're taking pictures of everything. I mean, I've been providing everything that I could provide, proof of income, everything I've been providing to them. But if I have to send it directly to Margie, I could send it directly to Margie now.
I think that would be a good idea.
Okay, that's fine. I'll send it directly to her.
Okay. Ms. Lopez, what about services for Mr. Gonzalez? I had asked the department the last time we were in court in December to set up Spanish-speaking services for Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, so he has maintained contact. He is actually now living in the United States in Odessa. He moved to Odessa at the end of February, so he does have a courtesy worker in Odessa. He has indicated that she has not met with him. And so I'm constantly working to try and get them to go out in person because I do speak to him very frequently on the phone. And I have referred him for parenting classes there in Midland. And I've also provided him with the information for it as well. For Family Matters, Parenting with a Purpose centers, and ThriveWork. Those are some of the agencies that they have there in Odessa, and I've confirmed that several of them do Spanish-speaking services for him. And then he is not currently employed. He does have housing with family members, but has not been able to provide any verification of where he's living or the information of the people living in his home. And that's something that he was going to provide to his courtesy worker now that he has one. And he just, I guess the therapeutic parent-child visits just got set up. They've been set up, but they're officially starting after all the paperwork has been completed. They're starting today.
Is that therapist Spanish speaking?
She is, yes. And part of the issue was that they were having to do it through WhatsApp since Dad was still residing in Mexico. But since he has now moved to the US, it's making things a little bit easier for them to be able to set that up.
Mr. Johnson, anything as far as your client and services?
What time is the therapy today? Has it happened yet, or will it happen today?
So they had actually agreed to schedule it at 2 p.m. today, so it had to get reset for today. Yes, it'll happen after this court hearing.
Okay.
No, nothing to add, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Kidd, we had a final hearing in this case in December. The department was named the permanent managing conservator And I think the parents were asked to do additional services. What is the plan going forward at this point?
Judge, I believe we're gonna try and set up a scheduling or a settlement conference to see if we can go forward with what the department would like to do. But should it not, we're gonna reopen this case and we will do all the paperwork for that.
What would the department like to do in the case?
We would like for the girls to be adopted by grandmother. And we were gonna look at open adoption agreements and things like that. That is what we would like to do.
So the department wants the parents' rights terminated.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to set this for another permanency hearing after a final order July the 17th at 9. And I will order a settlement conference. But it certainly sounds like the department and the department here and the department at Austin are not on the same page about how mom is doing in services. So I would certainly encourage the two departments to talk to each other and be on the same page before we're back here for another hearing.
Yes, Judge. We've been making efforts to get in contact with Austin. They're just not responding to us. So I don't know what's going on, but we have been attempting several times to try and get on the same page with Austin. They're just not giving us anything.
It's kind of just hard for us to get it. Like, it's kind of hard for us to get in contact. Me as a monitored return, I think they're supposed to come out like unannounced and stuff, and like at least ever since I got my son back in December 13th. They have only went to my house twice ever since I got him back. So I think it's just miscommunication, and they're not doing what they're supposed to do either. So with them only coming twice for a monitor to return, they're supposed to come at least 3 times or 2 times a month, but they're not coming anytime. They're only coming twice. They came out twice ever since December, and we're already in March, almost April. 4 months that I had my son. They only came out twice. The one that does come to my house is my courtesy worker for my Lubbock case.
Okay.
But I did sign my rights over to my mom, but we're just trying to get Siglali's dad to sign his rights over because he doesn't want to sign his rights. But Siglali really doesn't know him because the last time that Siglali did see her dad, she was only 2 years old. And since then, she has not seen him.
Okay, sounds like a settlement conference might be productive in the case. So y'all let me know if I need to set it for a final hearing after you guys engage in a settlement conference.
Yes,
okay,
Judge.
But I will set another permanency hearing in this setting, July the 17th.
Ms. Lopez, can I get the name of the courtesy worker, and can you send me contact information for that courtesy worker in Odessa?
Yes, I will send it to you right now.
Okay, thank you.
I said July 17th. I think I'm going to move it to July the 15th.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask. So it's not a final, it's just a permanency, like you said, in this setting.
Right, July 15th at 2.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Mr. Don, I'm going to leave you and Mr. Johnston in the room, and I'm going to leave the room open. I will turn my volume off and go away and let you guys visit, but everybody else is free. Yeah, let me have the parties identified.
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department, along with Chelsea Vasquez.
Jana Clift Williams, I represent the respondent mother, Maria Siggoia, and she is present. We're ready.
Delinda Ebling, ad litem for the children.
Okay, this is our first compliance review hearing with Ms. Siggoia. Tell me how she's doing so far.
Okay, so we're just getting started on services in this case. We have the drug and alcohol assessment scheduled for April 8th. ECI will be meeting with Mom and Alaric on April 8th as well for an assessment.
I think she froze. While we try to get her back, Miss Evelyn, do you have any concerns regarding the children?
No, Your Honor. I was able to talk with the 3 oldest children briefly yesterday. They all seem to be doing fine, doing normal kid things. I got a couple of pictures of the baby. He looks fine. We tried to Zoom and it just was not working on her end, so we just did a telephone call. But I don't see any concerns at this point. She does have an appointment with ECI on April the 8th, and his next doctor's appointment is April the 7th.
Okay. Ms. Vasquez, we lost you.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know at all.
We lost you pretty early on. You tell
Okay.
me the last thing you said was that Alaric had an UCI evaluation coming up.
Yes, so that's on April 8th. Maria is in contact with Padre to complete parenting and drug education classes. So she's getting started on that. And she also had her UA and hair strand that she was ordered to complete. She did those on March 3rd. Her UA was positive for hydrocodone, but she verified her prescription for that. And her hair strand was positive for cocaine. So we ended up putting a safety plan in place when we got those results. So her contact with the kids is being supervised.
Okay. Ms. Cliff Williams, anything to add on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor. I believe she's made a good start in her services. I would just ask her if she has anything to add. Maria?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Siggoia, do you have any additional concerns regarding the children, or is there anything that they need that we haven't talked about?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Vasquez, who is our safety monitor?
He is the father of the oldest child. His name is Jesse Sanchez. She also has her the maternal great aunt and uncle that she's currently staying with, and they've been approved to supervise as well.
Okay. Okay, very good. Anything else on Ms. Siggoia?
Thank
All
you,
right, we'll
Judge.
have another review
No,
here
you're-
April 23rd at 9. Certainly, Ms. Siggoia, next time I'll be asking you what you're learning in some of these Padre classes. The drug issues, obviously the big concern. So I'm going to need to know from you what you're learning about drug use, and you're going to need to explain to me what you're going to do to stop that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your next hearing, April 23rd at 9. Thank y'all. The department versus Heather Brillin and Jesse Masters. Let me have the parties identify.
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department along with Chelsea Vasquez.
Jim Shaw representing the parents.
Yeah, I saw Miss Murray earlier. Tell me how these parents are doing in services. This is our second review hearing, so hopefully we've made some progress.
Yes, they both continue to do very well. They both had a negative oral drug test and a negative UA this month. We were able to end the safety plan. So the parents and kids are back in their home in Cotton Center, and they're all doing really well. I believe they're in the second phase of family-centered treatment now. They have started their drug and alcohol assessments. Heather had hers last week, and Jesse's scheduled to have his today. They're still doing weekly AA. And they are scheduled to start counseling with Richard Gatlin on April 3rd.
Okay, let me hear from our TFF folks. How are the parents doing in your part of the program?
Thank you, ma'am. Your Honor, the parents are doing well. Just like Chelsea has said, they have been meeting regularly, very engaged. They have not missed a session yet, and they've been very flexible also in making sure that they keep their schedules open in case we need to reschedule. They've also learned how to communicate fairly, and they're learning how to keep boundaries in their relationships, especially with their extended family. And the kids are also doing well at school. Like she mentioned, they have been able to lift the supervision, so they're back together as a family.
Ms. Murray, do you have any concerns regarding the children?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Masters, y'all tell me what you're learning in these services. Can you unmute yourself for me?
Sorry. We've learned what our problem area is, which is infective involvement. And that means doing stuff the other one likes and trying to appreciate each other's differences, strengths, weaknesses, interests. And we've done an eco map, which is we learned about the people we need in our lives and the people that we don't need in our lives, and the ones that bring positive energy and the ones that bring negative energy, and which ones are stressful and which ones aren't.
We've also learned fighting fairly and communicating with respect and honor for each other, and what to say, when to say, and how to say it. And we've also realized that we have done wrong with substance abuse, and we're trying to fix that.
What are we doing to fix that?
AA, I have an appointment with Grace Manor on Monday for outpatient.
Good.
And just everything that's been asked of us.
Okay, very good. Do you guys have any concerns regarding your children, or is there anything that they need?
No, ma'am.
They're doing good.
They're doing well.
All right, very good. I think that's a really good start in your case so far. I'm hearing what I need to. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Another review hearing for you, April 23rd at 9. Thank y'all. We'll see you next
Thank
week.
you.
Let me have the parties identified.
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department, along with Erica Smith. Oh, yes, there's Ms. Smith, Erica Smith.
Sarah Hedman, attorney for mom, Audrey Sanchez, present judge, and I apologize. I couldn't get audio before. I didn't hear a thing. So I had to keep leaving and trying to come back.
It's okay.
Jim Shaw representing the father.
Eleanor Robinson representing the child.
Okay, looks like the parents are present as well. Okay, tell me how these parents are doing in services this month.
Good morning. So William is continuing to do his individual counseling. He is also continuing to test negative on his drug test. He is going to start getting involved in NA meetings, as well as Audrey is also going to start getting involved in NA meetings as well. She is also testing negative on her drug test. She is involved in individual counseling. She is just beginning to do that. She did miss one appointment, but she got that rescheduled. I think there was a conflict between her and the counselor, or the counselor had a conflict, but she did get that rescheduled. They are both doing really well. We're hoping to get them started on family counseling or marriage counseling soon. Noah is doing fantastic. He's continuing to progress in occupational therapy and speech therapy. And he's doing much better at daycare with his behaviors. He's not acting out and hitting anymore. So that's a plus.
Okay, how are we doing in the TFF part of the case?
Your Honor,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, yeah, Your Honor, they finished on the 26th of February. So they're done with us, but they did amazing. They did a great job.
Ms. Robinson, any concerns regarding Noah?
I don't have any concerns, Your Honor. He is a super energetic little boy. He's talking better than he was. He brought me a book and we read Pete the Cat, and he told me what all the animals were and all the colors. He never stops moving, but he is really well taken care of.
Okay. Ms. Edmond, Mr. Shaw, anything on behalf of your clients?
I don't have anything, Judge.
Nothing additional, Judge.
Mr. Tyree, this is our 6th compliance review hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
Been at this for about 6 months, since August. Where do we stand in this case?
Judge, I think we're getting close to being able to dismiss. I think they're being successful. I think they're just trying to get them at least engaged in the counseling and get a little bit of that under their belt before we get out.
Why did it take Ms. Sanchez so long to get started in therapy? We're just starting therapy after 7 months. What's the deal?
She was in Serenity House for a good long portion of the beginning of this. So I think that had something to do with it.
Ms. Sanchez, Mr. Morgan, tell me what you're learning in your services.
Basically, how to control our anger and have better communication, and how to communicate with our son as well as each other, and also just stay away from drugs. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to set another review hearing April 23rd at 9. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
We have nothing else, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be adjourned. Gonzalez. Let me have the parties identify. Gonzalez. This is
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department along with Chelsea Vasquez.
Jim Shaw representing the mother.
Sarah Hedman representing the children.
Ms. Cliff, you're on mute.
Jana Clift Williams, I represent the respondent father, Jesus Gonzalez, and I am substituting in for Jared Miller if that order has not been signed yet. It should.
Sign that this week.
Okay.
Okay, this is our first compliance review hearing with this family. Tell me how these parents are doing so far.
Alexis has got started on her services. She was going to do counseling and the domestic violence survivors group at the crisis center, but she wasn't able to do her services there due to not having a babysitter at the time that they had those open. So she's doing an online domestic violence survivors group that we found, and it has a lot of good information on that. So she's getting started on that, and she is scheduled to start counseling with Holly Waddell April 4th. So she will be getting that started. I did refer Jesus to BIP and counseling at Choices Counseling in Lubbock, since he's living there now. I don't believe he started that at this time. And then I referred him to Fatherhood Fire for parenting, and I did get an email back from them yesterday, and he has not scheduled with them either. I did finally get his address from him last week, so I have a courtesy worker that will be going out to meet with him, so he can have the family plan with all of the services and stuff on it, so he will have the paper copy of that. I did send him the information for the services twice this month, so he does have the phone numbers that he needs to call and all of that. Just waiting for him to get that started.
And yes, ma'am, and I have called them, and like I've told you, they are trying to charge me for it. And
Your
you said
Honor,
that they'll be paid for.
Yes, they will be paid for by CPS, and I all of the
So why
payments been sent.
are they
Mr. Gonzalez?
still trying to charge me?
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes, ma'am.
stop talking. I'm going to let you visit with your attorney in just a bit. But it's
All right.
very disrespectful for you to argue with anybody right in the middle of a hearing. Do you understand that, sir?
I wasn't arguing, ma'am. I was just saying, like, y'all are making it seem
Now
like
you're
I'm a
arguing
bad
with me.
person.
Ms. Cliff Williams, I'm gonna remove him from the room. It'd be a good idea for you to call him.
I will call him, Your Honor. And I would just request that his BIP class be incorporated in his counseling. I mean, the domestic violence could be addressed in counseling. BIP is very expensive. If the department hasn't sent over the 2054s, I would ask them to make sure that they have, so that whenever he calls, they will set him up for an appointment rather than telling him he has to pay first.
Yes, so that has already been sent to Choices Counseling. He'll be doing BIP and counseling at the same place, and the 2054 has been sent. He first called the crisis center here in Plainview, and he would have to pay for that service. That's probably what he's talking about. But at Choices, we do pay for that, and payment's been sent. So,
Okay. And so the BIP is incorporated with the Choices Counseling?
They have BIP and counseling at their office, so he will be doing both there.
I think that's appropriate given the allegations in this affidavit. I'm frankly really concerned this is not a removal. So I think BIP is highly appropriate in this case. I'm going to leave that on the plan. Okay, anything else regarding these parents and their starting services?
No.
Ms. Cliff Williams, just please explain to your client how things need to go in a hearing. I will
do that.
But arguing with the caseworker and the judge right in the middle of a hearing is probably not a good idea next time.
I'll talk with them.
Thanks. Ms. Hubman, do you have any concerns regarding these babies?
No, so long as the safety plan is followed, I don't have any concerns, so long as the safety plan is followed.
Ms. Vasquez, let's talk about that. Do we have any concerns? I ordered at the first hearing, and Ms. Cliff Williams wasn't present because she wasn't on the case yet, but at the first hearing, I ordered that the father's contact be supervised by the department at all times. Do we have any concerns regarding that safety plan or any issues regarding that safety plan being violated that we know of?
No, ma'am. And I did try to set up visits for Jesus with the kids. He never reached back out to our HST that does the visit, so he hasn't had a visit with the kids.
Okay, I'm gonna set another review hearing April 23rd at 9. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
I think so, Judge.
Okay, we'll be adjourned. Thank y'all. Okay,
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department along with Chelsea Vasquez.
Sarah Hoodman, attorney ad litem for the child.
Janet Cliff Williams, I represent the respondent father, Jesus Gonzalez, and I'm not seeing him on the screen unless he's on another page. No.
Jim Shaw representing the mother.
okay, tell me how the parents are doing in services this month. This is our second review hearing.
Alexis has started counseling, and she's still doing the online domestic violence group. I have not got confirmation regarding Jesus starting his BIP or counseling with Choices or Fatherhood Fire. He did say that he would call and get those scheduled. I just haven't got anything from either of the providers, so I'm not sure if he has started that yet. But other than that, mom's doing great. The kids are doing really well. I don't have any concerns with them.
Where do the kids live?
With mom.
Do we have a safety plan in place?
Yes. And both parents are following that safety plan. We were supposed to get visits set up for Jesus with the kids, but he hasn't reached back out to our provider that does those visits, so he hasn't had one yet.
Mr. Shaw, anything on behalf of Ms. Contreras?
No, Your Honor, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing.
Ms. Cliff Williams, anything on behalf of Mr. Gonzalez?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hudman, any concerns regarding children?
No, Judge, no concerns.
Mr.
Mom is
Tyree?
protective.
Mr. Tyree, what is the plan if Mr. Gonzalez fails to engage?
Your Honor, I'm going to need to check with my client about that and see what we're going to want to do with him. Obviously, we would want him to be engaged, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay, I think it's important that you guys visit with the attorneys in the case about Mr. Gonzalez's participation at this point. The hearing last month didn't go well for him. And if he's not visiting and not participating, I'm grateful that Ms. Contreras is protective at this point, but we need a plan in case Mr. Gonzalez doesn't take these services seriously.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anything else?
Oh, Your Honor.
I don't think so.
Okay. I will set another compliance review hearing May 21st at 9.
Your Honor,
Thank
Jim
you.
Tyree for the department along with Monica Higgins.
Sarah Hudman, attorney for mom, Kristen White.
Jim Shaw representing the father.
Carrie Peoples Casa.
Cassandra Diaz Casa.
Okay, Jared Miller is our attorney, and our attorney ad litem in this case. Mr. Miller is involved in another hearing, but he did send me an email. Okay, Mr. Tyree, what's the status of service on these parents?
Your Honor, the only note I have is that they both appeared on February 12th. I need to look at service. I think I probably saw that note and didn't recheck service, so I apologize for that.
That's okay. Okay, tell me about, I think he goes by Chance, is that right?
Yes, he goes by Chance.
Well, I thought, tell me about Chance. Where is he placed?
He is in the emergency shelter at the children's home. He is enrolled at Roosevelt ISD. He's in pre-K. And he's doing really well in placement. He does well with structure and routine, and they really stick to that.
Okay, health-wise, how's he doing? Any sort of medical concerns with Chance?
He has asthma, but it's well maintained. His pulmonologist said that this is probably the best that he's been since he's been born as far as reactivity and his medicine and those sorts of things. He sounds the best he ever has.
Okay, what grade is he in?
Pre-K.
All right. On target, do we have any sort of academic concerns?
Some have been brought up, and we have discussed having an ARD for him, but he's a kiddo that we might have to do an ICPC on. And so we haven't figured out what to do after he leaves the emergency shelter. So if he's going to go to Kentucky, then we'll do an IEP and an ARD up there. But since he's just in pre-K and this is his first exposure to school, they're kind of just watching him because he got enrolled in January when he was placed at the children's home.
I'm guessing an ICPC home study, even if we start one, is going to take quite a bit of time. Let's go ahead and get an ARD done.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Casa, additional concerns regarding Chance?
I have no concerns. He's doing really well in his placement.
Okay. Ms. Higgins, tell me about the placement. We're in the shelter. Is the children's home looking for a cottage for him? What is the immediate plan for placement?
There's not a spot in a cottage on campus, and so they're looking for a therapy home in the interim between his release date from the emergency shelter until ICPC can be taken care of. I was provided with a phone number and a contact with someone in Kentucky yesterday that said that they would help expedite the ICPC. So I was going to reach out to them after court today.
Okay. I don't think Mr. Miller had any concerns regarding the child. Ms. White, do you have any concerns regarding Chance? I think I saw Ms. White on here. Got two screens today, but I'm pretty sure.
She was on earlier and she texted and said that she was having phone problems. So she's been in and out. Last I heard she might be in the waiting room.
I don't have anybody in the waiting room. Ms. Hudman, do you have any concerns on behalf of your client?
No, Judge. Yeah, I was looking because I saw her too. No, none were expressed to me.
I don't know that I've seen Mr. Johnson. Mr. Shaw, any concerns on behalf of your client regarding Chance?
No, Your Honor, he has not been responding to my calls.
Okay. Ms. Hudman, Mr. Shaw, are y'all aware of any sort of placement options given by your clients?
No, Your Honor.
I'm not aware because last we talked about it, they didn't want Kentucky because they're here. So other than that, no, they are not from the area. They don't have family in the area. So no, I don't know of any additional placement options.
Okay, I'm gonna order an ICPC home study on the Kentucky relative, an expedited ICPC home study, and order the department to maintain placement here if the parents are not in agreement with placing in Kentucky. And if we need a hearing on placement, Ms. Hudman, let me know.
Yeah.
But,
yes, Judge.
But Ms. Hudman, are you aware perhaps maybe a better plan in the case is to make placement in Kentucky and for the parents to move back there?
I would imagine if the child was placed in Kentucky that mom or the parents would move back. That would be my expectation.
Okay, right. Ms. Higgins, tell me about the parents' plan of service. What are we asking, first of all, Ms. White to do it?
We are asking Miss White to attend the WIN group and complete an OSAR and follow all the recommendations. Maintain stable housing, legal source of income, drug-free lifestyle. She did submit to a UA last week and we're waiting for the results. Monthly face-to-face with me. Attend individual counseling and potentially in the future family counseling. Complete 8 hours of parenting classes. She has a psychological evaluation coming up and she needs to work on finding reliable transportation. Yesterday, she did express to me that she would like to be enrolled in Grace Manor, and she has an evaluation with them on this upcoming Wednesday.
Okay. Any other progress and services that we know about?
She started attending the WIN group, and she did complete the OSAR, but she has not done the psychological with Stonebridge yet. She is at Grace campus, so she does have a residence at this time.
Okay. I think that was an issue with both parents at the adversary hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
Housing. Okay, Ms. Hudman, any issues with the plan of service?
No issues. One question though is that is there a psychological scheduled at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when is that scheduled for?
Kristen is trying to actually text me right now because she had to reschedule it. I do know that she's also enrolled in IOP at the moment, but that conflicted with visitation today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I will approve the plan of service for Ms. White, and sounds like she's gotten started like she needs to. That's good. Mr. Johnson's plan, what are we asking him to do?
We're asking him to do BIP, to do an OSAR, also maintain stable housing, legal income, submit to random drug testing, stay in contact with me, counseling and potentially family therapy, and 8 hours of parenting classes. He did complete his psychological evaluation with Stonebridge. He is currently working in New Mexico, and so we are trying to find services there that are compatible with ours to facilitate him working through his program.
Okay, all the information that you have about his job in New Mexico, phone numbers, where he might be staying, please give that to Mr. Shaw.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Shaw, any issues with the plan?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Higgins, do we know of any services that Mr. Johnson has started?
No, I know that he's looked into several. He did tell me that he completed a drug evaluation, but I have not received anything from a facility. And I am currently not aware of where he is at this moment.
Okay. All right, I will approve his plan of service as well. And I will set this for an initial permanency hearing July 23rd at 9. Okay, Ms. Higgins, if we locate placement for Chance, please let all the attorneys in the items know.
Yes, ma'am. The parents' opinion about Kentucky changed when the family placement changed. So it will no longer be dad's mom. It will be dad's brother and sister-in-law. And both of the parents were much happier with that arrangement.
Okay, so we're going to do an ICPC home study on a paternal aunt and uncle.
Yes.
What are their names?
I had it written down.
Just let all the attorneys in the know who that is. And Mr. Tyree, if you'll send me an order on that, I'll be happy to sign that.
Yes, ma'am, we will do that.
Okay. Next hearing, July 23rd at 9.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, we need to talk about visitation. I'm glad that I read my notes here. Mr. Miller had a concern about visitation with the parents stating to the court that there was an issue with the child having visits on back-to-back days with the parents. Wanted the days separated so that Chance could have a little bit of time after one of the parents' visits. And also wanted to see if we could get in-person visits with the dad set up, but it sounds like we need to first. But at the very least, let's separate the visits. I know the visits are separated for each parent, but let's split them up as far as time.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next hearing, July 23rd at 9. Thank y'all. We'll be adjourned.
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department along with O'Dane Lewis.
Dana Clift-Williams, I represent the respondent mother, excuse me, Your Honor, Clarissa Gomez, and I'm looking for her online.
Jim Shaw representing the father.
Belinda Ebling for the children.
And she is present, Your Honor.
So I see both parents present. Okay. Tell me about these children. We have 6 kids involved in this case. Tell me about their placements and how they're doing. Who's the worker?
It's Mr. Lewis, Your Honor.
Mr. Lewis.
Looks like he doesn't have sound.
Nope. Mr. Lewis, you might try leaving and coming back. While he does that, Miss Eveline, any concerns regarding the children?
No, Your Honor. I wasn't aware until recently that Javen had been moved. I believe he's doing okay in the placement he's at right now. The 5 younger children are all doing great.
All right. Ms. Gomez, Mr. Hinosa, do you folks have any concerns regarding your children?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I would just say that my clients have, or my client, Clarissa Gomez, she does have a home now for her children. I believe Mr. Lewis went by yesterday to check that out. I know that I believe she has completed most, if not all, of her services. I would defer to Mr. Lewis on his side of it, whether he agrees with that, I can't say, but according to my client, she has. And if that's true, if the department is willing, I would hope that they would place the children back with my client in her home on a monitored return.
I think we have Mr. Lewis back. Mr. Lewis, tell me about the children. Look, first of all, Miss Eveline indicates that Javen was moved. Where is he placed?
Javen is placed in Babylon, Your Honor. He's doing well in his placement. We have a little concern about some behavioral issues that need to be addressed, Your Honor. We're trying to get some more information on what actually happened till that leads to that transfer from his previous placement. I think that the theory that they're trying to paint, we want some more information on to put that into perspective, because we don't want to put that picture on him and he's not necessarily that factor.
Okay, tell me again where he's placed.
He's placed in Foster Life Youth Ranch in Lebanon.
Okay. And tell me again why he was moved.
He was moved because of some behavioral issues, some, can I say?
I'm the primary supervisor on the case, and there was a move requested because there was some concerns.
Wait. We're on YouTube.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Concerns regarding behavior.
Boundaries.
Okay.
All right. What about the younger 5? Where are they placed, and tell me how they're doing?
So Analaya and Navala is placed here in Lubbock. They're doing wonderful, Your Honor. They're growing, they're developing. They love doing their princess treatment. They love to build fortress. They're into a lot of puzzles and coloring. They love to play outdoors. They're both in therapy. Analaya has a little bit delay in her speech, and we're trying to work on that in her therapy, Your Honor. Kaden and Kazen is placed in Iredell. We're in the process of placing them back in region, but we're still looking for a possible placement for them so we can get them closer to their siblings. They're doing well. Kazen is doing ECI. He's working on motor skills, using utensils, and just trying to develop his everyday needs that he needs to do to grow into a healthy young boy. Kashtan is doing well, Your Honor. He's very healthy, but he's really delayed at this age. He's not sitting up. He's not rolling over. ECI should come out soon to do an evaluation on him, where we can get some further information on what we're going to do to move forward.
Do we have any sort of medical concerns with any of the children?
No, Your Honor.
Are they on any sort of medications?
No, Your Honor.
Good. And other than the baby being delayed, do we have any sort of academic concerns with the older children who are in school?
Javen is a little behind. He's in the 6th grade, but he's performing on the 5th grade level. I need to go out there to see what kind of accommodation I can get for him. Right now, we're just getting help from placement and the teachers to help him with homework. But I believe it could help with additional tutoring.
Okay. And you did say that he is in therapy trying to address the behavior concerns?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Okay. And I cut you off. What about the girls? Do they have any sort of academic concerns or delays?
No, the girls do not have any academic concerns or delays at this time, just with their speech. So the younger one, Navalai, she speaks more clearly than the older one. They do therapy once a week, and they're working on that issue, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And Miss Eveline gave her concerns regarding the children, is happy with the 5 younger children. Mr. Shaw, any concern? Actually, Mr. Hinosa, you're here. Is that Mr. Hinosa?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any concerns regarding the children?
Honestly, ma'am, I just want them back at home because I do miss them, and we've been doing as much as we can to get the house ready, to get ourselves ready. We've done parenting classes. I've done a lot to help my mental state, and I've been sober for going on 5 months now, and staying positive and working every day. So just a lot of working on ourselves on our part.
Okay, Mr. Lewis, tell me how the parents are doing in services.
Your Honor, the parents are doing phenomenal. I did do a walkthrough yesterday of the home. The parents got the entire house set up and getting ready for the kids. I was definitely surprised from the time they told me that it was going to move in when they were from the shelter to the home. I was very impressed and to the progress that they have done so far. They have completed Ozark, They have done their psychologicals. I did get the results yesterday. I didn't get to go over it as yet in detail to see what recommendation that was on the psychologicals. They both got a job. To be honest, Your Honor, I haven't get a chance to meet with Mr. Robert as yet, but the information relayed through to his wife has been phenomenal. She keep everything in contact. They are getting the service done. All the drug tests for them has been negative so far, Your Honor. Miss Gomez has been doing AA online, and she's trying to find some other resources in Lubbock where she can get a sponsor, because we're trying to not get back into that same procedure that causes the child from getting removed from the home, Your Honor. And we want to get them set up for individual therapy. I referred Mr. Robert to Dr. Gatlin and Miss Gomez to Holly Wendell. She had started before, but because of transportation issue, when she moved from Plainview, she could not finish, but I had sent up another referral for her to get that done. So we're waiting for those appointments to get started.
So neither parent has started therapy?
No, neither parents have started therapy as yet.
I think we're talking way premature to reunify or do a monitored return yet. Then the concerns in this case are very, very serious. This case is barely almost 5 months old. And we haven't even started therapy. So we're moving too fast. I'm proud of the progress so far, but I need to hear some therapist recommendations about what the parents are learning and whether or not it's a safe home to return home to. We got 6 kids. We got one with behavior concerns. We got lots of delays that ECI is needed for. We got a whole lot of work to do in the case. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Lewis.
Both of the parents have completed their parenting classes, and for visits, both parents have been participating in visits. Your Honor, visit was moved virtually. They was face-to-face at first, but they were moved virtually because of an incident that occurred at the visiting center, where we got therapy recommendation from the girls and Javian therapists to move the visits to therapeutic settings, and we're going to start that this Friday.
What happened in the visitation such that it needs to be moved to the therapeutic setting?
There was an incident where Javen reported that he smelled alcohol and mom breath. And then there was a situation developed where mom was asked to leave the facility, which she didn't. And then the police had to be called in to remove her from the facility. But she has showed remorse about the situation. She told me that she had mixed her medication up, and that caused her to feel overwhelmed during that visit, Your Honor.
Okay, alcohol's a big issue in the case, and it sounds like it still is. Okay, Mr. Shaw, anything to add on behalf of your client?
Well, I know he's engaged in the services, Judge, and he's just hoping that we can get the kids back in the home.
Ms. Cliff Williams?
The same, Your Honor. There were some delays because my client didn't have any transportation, but she's engaged in the services, and I'm sure she'll be setting up that therapy very quickly.
Okay, I think we're doing okay. I think the parents, you folks are doing what you need to do to get your kids returned, but there's a big danger in rushing these sorts of things. The biggest harm you could do to your children right now is for me to put them back in your home and for another incident to occur and to remove them again. That would be devastating to your children. So we're not going to rush it. I'm not going to place these children back in your home until I get some solid recommendations that that's what's in their best interest. Be patient, and that way, when we do return the children to you folks, and it sounds like that's where we're headed, We just want to make sure CPS never has to be called again because your kids are safe. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to set this for another permanency hearing and a final hearing, July the 16th at 9. Okay, anything else?
So, Your Honor.
Your Honor. Okay, we'll be adjourned. Thank y'all. Dean, let me have the parties identified.
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department along with Taylor McDonald.
Jim Shaw represents the father.
Jana Clift Williams, I represent the child.
Okay, tell me about Lyanna.
Hi, Your Honor. I'm filling in for Taylor. I apologize. She has not had any contact with the department. She went to jail in September. On September 8th, her mother reported to Taylor. On September the 9th, she was released, and Taylor has not had any contact with her. Taylor has also made attempts to reach out back to the mother, and the mother will not return any type of phone calls or text messages. So at this time, we've not had any contact.
Okay,
Your Honor,
go ahead.
I was going to say I have contacted the mother, Marisa, and she does have contact with Lyanna. Lyanna does move in and out of her home, but does not have a phone. So I wasn't able to contact Lyanna. I asked her mother to please have Lyanna call me. Her mother's concerned for her welfare. And that's about all I could find out from her mom.
Okay. She turned 18, she left care. She's in trial independence. Do we know if she finished school or is working or anything like that?
No, I'm not aware, Your Honor.
And my understanding is she did not finish school. And I do not believe she has a valid job.
Do we know if she has an ID?
I'm not aware, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm the supervisor on the case. I apologize. We had a substitution of worker today. It's my understanding that she has her ID docs, but our young people are doing such a bad job of maintaining their identification records and everything. I wouldn't be surprised if she's not missing one, but to the best of our knowledge, she's just not communicating with us. And the last we knew, she had them.
Ms. Hooper's raising her hand. Yes, Ms. Hooper.
Yes, I was her caseworker prior to her turning 18. She did have all of her identification then. Like I said, I don't know if she has it now, but she did when she left. She did have all of the identification.
Okay. Well, she still has that and can make some progress somewhere. All right. Anything else on Lyanna?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I will set another services review hearing July 23rd at 9. Thank y'all. We have the parties identified.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department, along with Abigail Cecilia, who oh, there she is, right in the middle of my screen. She's here, so we're here.
Eleanor Robinson, attorney ad litem for the child.
Carrie Peoples Casa.
Okay, tell me about Melani. We still with an adoptive uncle?
Yes, ma'am. Right here.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, tell me how Melani is doing.
Oh, she's been doing really great. She's right here. I don't know if you can see her. Say hi, Mama. Say hi.
She looks great. Great smile. Okay, any sort of medical concerns or anything?
No,
with her?
ma'am. She just has just a bit of a cough, but I was prescribing her some medicine, so I've been keeping up with that for her, and she's doing much better with it.
Okay.
No.
All right. Does she on target? Do we need any ECI for anything?
No, ma'am.
On target. Good.
Yeah, she's been doing great at daycare, and then everything's going good with our case manager from DePelchin. So we've been up to date with them as well. Say hi.
All right, Miss Cecilia, does the department have any concerns regarding Melani?
No, ma'am. Hessig has been brought back. We're just waiting on redaction.
Ms. Robinson, any concerns regarding Melani?
No, he does great with her.
Clearly. All right. Happy baby girl. Very good. I will set another review hearing July 23rd at 9. Thank y'all. All right, we'll be there. We have the parties identified. Cute little girl.
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department, along with Abigail Cecilia.
Jim Shaw representing the children.
Okay, we just had this final hearing in February. Tell me about the children. Where are they still in the adoptive home?
They are, and she's working on getting licensed. Hessig and redaction has been requested. Parents have been harassing placement, trying to get a hold of her, trying to do visits with the kids, trying to get pictures. Bella's been struggling behavior wise. CJ's doing pretty good. He has started to spit because his sister spits, so he's copying what she's doing, and the younger two girls seem to be doing pretty well. No health concerns with any of the kids.
Any medication issues?
Bella is taking medication, but she seems to be doing well on it. The other children are not taking any medication at this time.
Mr. Shaw, any concerns regarding the children?
No, Your Honor, the children are doing fine. This issue with the parents, my understanding is that there was an open adoption agreement, and they thought that the open adoption agreement started immediately as opposed to being post-adoption. So I don't know how to clear that up other than trying to talk to the parents.
Was there any post-termination contact agreed to by the parties other than the goodbye visit from the mom?
We agreed to a goodbye visit for Ms. Rangel, or Ms. For the mother.
Okay. Miss Eveline, I don't know if you're present. Yes, Miss Eveline. I don't know, maybe if you can help clear this up with the parents and maybe call your previous client, Miss Rodriguez, and see if you can talk to them, Miss Robinson, too, if you have any luck communicating with Mr. Rangel in this case. Maybe we can explain to them that open adoption agreement goes into effect after the adoption, and then the contact will get started pursuant to that agreement.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't know if that final visit occurred or not.
Yeah, I'll talk to my client.
Yes, it did occur.
Yes, ma'am, it did occur, that final visit.
Thank you.
Hopefully just one conversation with the parents will take care of the miscommunication there. And hopefully that's all it is. And it doesn't continue after that one conversation. Okay, our placement, is it Miss Rohina?
Yes, that's correct.
Do you have an additional report regarding the children? Anything she missed?
No, I do have Bella starting behavioral therapy April 2nd. And again, the kids are just copying. They've seen her aggression towards me, so they're starting to, monkey see, monkey do. So they're trying to copy, but we're handling it good. We're working with teachers for Bella and CJ, working on behavioral problems. TJ and Bella are both in speech therapy, so we're slowly but surely getting better and working all together as a group.
Okay. Okay, certainly if that continues after the therapy, let everybody in the case know. We'll figure out a different plan to try to address those concerns.
Yes, of course.
Okay, I know we're way early on in this adoption, but tell me where we are in the process.
Working on getting licensed, and we have requested Hessig and redaction.
I think at the final hearing, we talked about Bella might have autism. Did we get a screen for that? Did we get any testing for that?
Everything is showing that she does not have autism. The previous foster home was thinking that she did and had a bunch of testing done, but the stuff came back that she did not have autism.
Okay, so we did test for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, very good. Anything else on the Rangel kids?
No, ma'am.
All right, we'll have another review hearing July the 23rd at 9. Thank y'all. Let me have the parties identified.
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department, along with Veronica Ramirez.
Eleanor Robinson, attorney ad litem, guardian ad litem for the child.
And Your Honor, I'm just watching. I'm representing the family in the adoption.
Okay. Tell me how Liam is doing. It looks like he is with his grandparents. We just had a final hearing in this one too pretty recently. So tell me how he's doing with the grandparents.
Yes, Your Honor. Liam is with the grandparents. He's doing really well, thriving. Has a strong bond with them. He is finally crawling. He can lift himself up. Medical and dental are current. There are no health concerns. He's doing wonderful, growing, sleeping well. He does not receive any ECI services. He's doing wonderful.
Very good. Ms. Robinson, any concerns regarding Liam?
No, Your Honor. This placement's fantastic with him, and he's meeting all his he's got all his skills for his age. He is a little bit serious, but he's doing a good, he's a happy kid.
Ms. Ramirez, tell me where this family is as far as the licensing process.
They are licensed. I have requested HESIC and redaction. HESIC has came back, and we're just waiting on redaction to come back. And they have Miss Ebeline as their attorney to help with the adoption process.
Okay, Ms. Ebeline, anything on behalf of the grandparents?
Your Honor, I was able to meet with them a couple of weeks ago, and they had Liam with them, and he's a cute little guy, and they're looking forward to being able to get the adoption finished. We're mostly just waiting on paperwork to be done.
All right, very good. I will set another review hearing July 23rd at 9. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Everybody's identified. Okay.
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department, along with Abigail Cecilia.
Robin
Eleanor.
Sanders.
Representing the father.
Eleanor Robinson representing the mom.
Gary Peoples Casa.
I think the plan at the final hearing in October was to transfer PMC to the grandparents. Are we still placed with grandparents?
No, there is a Miss Madison is on, by the way, the oldest child. There was an issue yesterday. She owed a drug dealer some money and informed her mom and another worker that the house was going to get shot up. So she was removed yesterday. She is now at RTC in Houston to get some help. We've been looking into rehabs for her. So she might potentially go to rehab. We are also looking at Turning Point before everything kind of blew up yesterday. Malachi is still placed with the grandparents, though, and the grandparents did get licensed.
Okay.
There was also an incident at the beginning of this month where the child took 32 ADHD medicines. She did go to the hospital for that and was released. And she said it was due to her going through withdrawals. So since then, we've been talking to different rehabs and looking at different programs to get her some help.
All right, school-wise, where was Madison in school?
At Ash Academy, she had an incident on her first day of school and she moved to Ash Academy for the rest of the school year.
What grade is she in?
7th grade. She does very well on her work in school, though. She's very smart. And she does have gallstones. She had an appointment with a specialist, and we'll set all that up in Houston as well.
Okay. Tell me what we're doing as far as getting therapy set up and all of that in the RTC.
I will call them today. She was seeing 2 different therapists while placed with the grandparents, so I'll get all that set up today. She was doing therapeutic visits with mom. She went to a couple of those, but also refused a couple of those as well.
Okay, what is the plan as far as visitation while she's at this RTC? Are we gonna maintain contact with the grandparents and the parents?
If she doesn't refuse visits, yes. Sometimes she will refuse to talk to them. I know yesterday mom wanted to talk to her and she refused to talk to mom. And then refused to tell grandparents bye as well.
Do we have any placement options for her other than an RTC?
At this time, we're looking at RTC or rehab just to try to help her get that additional help.
I understand, but do we have any placement options in the family that we can start looking at for a long term?
No, ma'am. I know mom wants her back once we can get her more help. And mom has continued to work services.
Okay, Malachi, do we have any sort of health issues with Malachi?
No, he's doing very well in daycare. He's on target. No issues at all.
Do you have any sort of behavior concerns with Malachi?
No, he's very well behaved.
Miss Evelyn, lots of concerns regarding Madison. Anything to add?
No, Your Honor, I'm sorry it's taken this turn. I think there were some problems there that were so deep that they're just now surfacing. I don't think reunification with a parent is at all an option at this point. I think lots of work would still have to be done between Madison and her mom, because I think she refuses visits more than she goes. As far as little brother, he's doing fine. I don't have any concerns about him at all.
Gossip, additional concerns?
Yes, obviously, we are concerned with Madison and the severity of her behaviors and what that means for her future. So we would very much be in favor of getting her some additional treatment for her behaviors. Sometimes those can fall through the
Miss Sanders, I'm sorry, you're kind of cutting in and out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I said that we would just like to make sure that we're diligent in getting her the extra help that she needs with those extreme behaviors that can be very detrimental for her future. We don't want that to fall through the cracks.
For sure. Okay, Ms. Robinson, Mr. Shaw, anything on behalf of your clients regarding the children?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you said parents continue to participate in the services. Tell me what we're doing.
The mom has been going to therapy. She has been doing therapeutic visits with Madison. She has been attending visits with Malachi, and she's been attempting to attend visits with Madison. She does have stable housing, stable income. She did just have a little girl, so I know that she's missed a little bit of therapy due to having some issues with the pregnancy. For the most part, she has been attending therapy.
Your Honor, the only visits she's missed have been due to her being either in the hospital or in the doctor's office with that new baby.
And she hasn't missed any visits with the kids. It's just been when Madison refuses.
Okay, tell me about the grandparents' licensing. Where do we stand in that process?
They did get licensed. I'm waiting. Grandpa's waiting on the certificate, but they are officially licensed.
All right, are we waiting on that 6-month period?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are we in that timeline?
Well, they just this week got licensed.
Okay,
So it's still going to be 6 months.
Need 6 more months. Okay. Sounds like it might be a good idea that we wait a little bit and see where this goes anyway. Okay.
It looks like Madison might be wanting to say something.
Okay, can you unmute Madison? There you go.
I would like to say that I don't think that these RTCs are helping me. I think they're the reason why I'm acting out more, because being away from my family just has a bigger impact on me, and I know that I am the reason that I'm being removed. So I just feel like group homes help me instead of RTCs where they're more locked down, and it makes me feel like I'm trapped in like a prison.
Let's see if we can find a group home that might serve her better. I wouldn't mind
Yes,
that.
ma'am, we can look into that.
If we had some protections in place, I wouldn't mind a group home for Madison. But Madison, you're putting a whole lot of pressure on yourself. You're only 13.
Yes, ma'am.
What we want to make sure we get in place for you is some rehab. We want to make sure that we tackle this issue that you have with these medications that you're taking.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a big deal, and that's the main priority at this point, is to make sure that we get you some help with that problem.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Okay. Other than that, I don't think you should be so hard on yourself. Okay. All right, anything else?
I think so, Judge.
We'll set another review hearing July the 23rd at 9. All right, thank y'all. We'll be adjourned. Let me have the parties identified. Okay, Rodriguez.
Your Honor, Jim Tyree for the department along with Lisa Hooper.
Linda Ebling at Latham.
Carrie Peoples Casa.
Alicia Irwin Casa.
Where are we placed? Tell me how we're doing.
Giovanni is still placed in her the same place she's been for a long time. She's doing very well. She's doing well in school. She's doing well in her placement. She has not had any medical issues, dental issues. She's just living her best life there right now. So she's doing great. Jeremiah is having some issues, a lot of issues. He's still in the same placement that he has been. He's having really bad behavioral issues at school in several of his classes. His grades are bad. We've had conversations with counselor at school. We've had conversations with Mr. Armando there at the placement. We had a medication change, which has improved a little bit for a little while, but he continues to act out in his classes at school. We haven't been able to figure out. CASA's been working really, really hard on this case, and we can't pinpoint the cause of his behavior. She talks to him. I can let her speak, but she's had real good communication with him. He hasn't opened up yet to us. When we try to speak to him at placement, there's a lot of interruptions or distractions, I guess I should say. So speaking with him at school has been more successful. We have had a couple in Maryland show interest in adopting both of the children. We had a selection staffing earlier this week. We were all able to visit with a case manager for them. It went really, really well. They seem like a great couple. She is the mother up there is a special ed teacher, or was a special ed teacher, and so she is used to dealing with children, with behavior issues and SPED, issues. So we're excited about this family. It's just the beginning of the process. I'm working on the Hessigan redaction. So that's the bright spot in this case, that we have someone that's interested in both of the children. So we're excited to continue that step. we'll be able to hopefully speak with the couple soon, but we are just starting that process. Oh, there has not been any medical or dental issues with Jeremiah as well.
Miss Evelyn?
Your Honor, I agree that Giovanni is doing great. I asked her how therapy, she's doing therapy with Jeremiah, and she feels like that's been going well. I would stress that the kids are not aware of a potential adoptive placement. When I asked Giovanni if that's still something that she would be interested in, she kind of says, well, I think I want to just age out in care. And I said that, and I realize that's a scary process to think about, but nobody's going to pick you up and put you somewhere that you've not had a chance to meet. It would be a long, slow process of getting to know each other, and you would have a say in whether or not you think that would work. And she does certainly would want Jeremiah to be with her. She's open to, I just said, can you keep an open mind about those kinds of things? Because you just don't know what the future might hold. And she agreed that she could do that. She's just a really good kid. I think Ms. Irwin can speak more to the concerns about Jeremiah. There was some thought about trying to put Giovanni at his placement so they would be together. And that idea eventually didn't go anywhere. And I think now we're realizing that was really a good thing that it didn't, because she's in a good placement. She enjoys what she does there. She likes to cook or bake. She calls it baking. And other than what's going on with Jeremiah now and some late developments, that's where we are.
Ms. Irwin?
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt real quick, but I was wondering if we might could take this off YouTube because I think some of it is sensitive information.